granted unto us to enjoy. We thank Thee for the fellowship we have at this time with those that are interested in our community, families that we serve. We ask Thy blessing upon this body that they may make decisions that are beneficial for our community. Ask also Thy blessing upon the leaders of our nation. And Father, especially we thank Thee for the freedom we have, those of past and present who made these freedoms possible. And this we pray in Christ's name. Amen. You didn't get your
Before we get started into our meeting tonight, we have an award that our fire department would like to present. So at this time, would Chief Harden and Assistant Chief Davis and Captain Stavely, along with McQuill Varela and his Valerio, would y'all please come on down?
Mr. Mayor, County Council, thank you for allowing us to make this special presentation. It's not often that during a house fire, residential fire, we get an opportunity to have some good come out of it. Luckily tonight, we have that opportunity. On 9th January 2012, at approximately 7 a.m., Miguel Valerio awoke to his house on fire. Being only 3 years old, Miguel did not run scared and hide. Instead, he had the intelligence, heroism, and most importantly, the training to awaken his sister, mother, and uncle. His quick actions no doubt saved lives. Even though the house was a total loss, the lives Miguel saved can never be replaced. Therefore, it is with great pleasure that the Houston County Fire Department, Houston County, Tennessee, awards Miguel Valerio the honorary title of firefighter, presented January 23rd, 2012 by Fire Chief David Harden. Chief? Along with the plaque, our new firefighter will be getting a helmet, an honorary authentic helmet, and 2 honorary firefighter t-shirts.
That's so cool.
You may need help holding. There's a heavy. Would you want your mama to hold it?
Thank you very much.
Thank you. I just got this from the trustee, Mr. Lowry. General fund has $839,388. Solid waste, $166,448. Highway Department, $1,210,594. General purpose schools, $5,844,336. And debt service, $1,550,504. That's where we are as of today. With that said, I'd like to have a roll call, Mr. Brown.
William Major. George Shearer.
Here.
Randall French.
Here.
Steve Hall.
Yeah.
Ray Elliott.
Here.
Martha Greenfield.
Yes.
Darrell Kingsley. James Van Fleet.
Here.
Leslie Lewis.
Here.
Chris Self.
Here.
Joey Brake.
Here.
James Pazell.
Here.
Donnie Lewis.
Here.
Larry Syke.
Here.
13 members present.
We do have a quorum. You have a copy of an agenda for tonight. I'd like a motion to approve the agenda for tonight. Motion is made. Is there a second? And second. All in favor? Opposed? Motion does carry. We have an agenda. Next, you have your minutes from the last meeting. I'd like a motion to approve the minutes from the last meeting.
So moved.
Motion is made. Is there a second? And second. Any discussion? If not, all in favor? Opposed? Motion does carry. Next, you have your Tennessee Ethics Commission. I think by the end of this month, you have to have that turned in. I think there's 2 or 3 of you right now that have asked us to help them with that. But if you want us to help you with it and get it turned in, you need to go on and get that to us. Okay? With that said, just as informational type purpose. Next, you have a copy of your committees appointments this year by the county mayor. I'd like a motion to approve the committees for this year.
So moved.
Motion is made. Is there a second?
Second.
And second, any discussion? If not, all in favor? Opposed? Motion does carry. Next, you have your election of your chairman for your legislative body. I'd like a motion to approve me as your chairman.
So moved.
Motion is made. Is there a second?
Second.
And second, any discussion? If not, all in favor? Opposed? Motion does carry. Next, you have the election of your chairman pro tem, Mr. Randall French. Like a motion to approve the chairman pro tem. Motion is made. Is there a second? And seconded. Any discussion? If not, all in favor? Opposed? Motion does carry. Next on your agenda would be your notaries. We have several new notaries. Ashley Osbrooks, would you please stand? Janice, and forgive me if Nilsson? Nicole, okay. And Andrea Underwood. Is she here? Andrea Underwood? We have 2 of the 3.
Make motion to approve 2 years.
Motion is made to approve the 2 new notaries that are here and seconded. Any discussion? If not, all in favor? Opposed? Motion does carry. Thank you, ladies, for being here. Next, you have renewal of your notaries. You have 3 of those. You have Miss Beth Flint, Constant Meadows, and Patsy Mullins.
Make a motion to approve all renewals.
Motion is made to approve the renewals, all 3 of them.
Second.
And seconded. Any discussion? If not, all in favor? Opposed? Motion does carry. Under new business, you have a contract with the Department of Health. This is our standard contract that we have each year with the Department of Health, where they provide services here in Houston County. I'd like a motion to approve the contract with the Department of Health.
So moved.
Motion is made. Is there a second?
Second.
And seconded. Any discussion? If not, contract roll call vote.
William Major. George Shearer.
Yes.
Randall French.
Yes.
Steve Hall.
Yes.
Ray Elliott.
Yes.
Martha Greenfield.
Yes.
Darrell Kingsley.
Yes.
James Van Fleet.
Yes.
Leslie Lewis.
Yes.
Chris Self.
Yes.
Joey Brake.
Yes.
James Pazell.
Yes.
Donnie Lewis,
Yes.
Larry Sykes.
Yes.
13 yes votes.
Motion passed. Next, you have your Archivist grant. This is a $4,000 grant that we get, Archivist got from the Secretary of State. I'd like a motion to approve the $4,000 grant.
So moved.
Motion is made. Is there a second?
Second.
And seconded. Any discussion? If not, roll call vote.
William Agee, George Sherman,
Yes.
Randall French,
Yes.
Steve Hall,
Yes.
Ray Elliott,
Yes.
Martha Greenfield,
Yes.
Gerald Kingsville,
Yes.
James Van Fleet,
Yes.
Leslie Lewis,
Yes.
Chris Self,
Yes.
Joey Bright,
Yes.
James Pazell,
Yes.
Donnie Lewis,
Yes.
Larry Sykes.
Yes.
Motion passed.
Motion passed. Next, you have a resolution, Community Development Block Grant Waterline application. This is an application that we'll be doing with the City of Erin. It's a $500,000 application. The matching money would come from the City of Erin. I'd like a motion to allow me to apply for another grant. Mr. Bright made a motion. Is there a second? And second. Any discussion on this? If not, roll call vote.
William Agee, George Sherman,
Yes.
Randall French,
Yes.
Steve Hall,
Yes.
Ray Elliott,
Yes.
Martha Greenfield,
Yes.
Gerald Kingsville,
Yes.
James Van Fleet,
Yes.
Leslie Lewis,
Yes.
Chris Self,
Yes.
Joey Bright,
Yes.
James Pazell,
Yes.
Donnie Lewis,
Yes.
Larry Sykes.
Yes.
Motion passed.
Motion passed. Next, you have your THDA home grant. This is another $500,000 application, grant application to hopefully help someone rebuild or build a new home or modular home. This has been very successful in the past. I think this is probably be our third. If this application is approved, we've already built 4 homes and replaced 11 modular homes here in the county. As of today, we've got over $800,000, and if this one's approved, that'd be another $500,000. I'd like a motion to allow me to apply for this home grant.
moved.
Motion is made. Is there a second?
Second.
And seconded. Any discussion?
How many houses do you expect that?
Larry, it's according to if they have a house or a trailer. Houses are going to probably run you anywhere from $55,000 to $60,000. Of course, we have to bid them out. It's according to how the market is at that time. We
don't
usually,
buy any land.
if they have a house, we replace the house. That's how it's traditionally been done. If they have a modular home, we replace the modular home.
This is on their property, right?
It's got to be on their property. They have to own their property. There are stipulations, and those stipulations are through THDA. They have, if this grant is approved, and you know someone that you feel like would can apply, then they need to come by and fill out a small application. It's not a very long application, and we've assisted a lot of people in filling them out. A lot of it's income-based. Motion was made and seconded. Any other discussion? If not, roll call vote.
William Agee, George Sherman,
Yes.
Randall French,
Yes.
Steve Hall,
Yes.
Ray Elliott,
Yes.
Martha Greenfield,
Yes.
Gerald Kingsville,
Yes.
James Van Fleet,
Yes.
Leslie Lewis,
Yes.
Chris Self,
Yes.
Joey Bright,
Yes.
James Pazell,
Yes.
Donnie Lewis,
Yes.
Larry Sykes.
Yes.
Motion passed.
Motion passed. Next, you have 2 letters from the sheriff. One of them surplusing a 1998 Suburban, and the other one is a 2004 Crown Vic. And then you have some surplus property from the fire department, which is an 84 American LaFrance pumper, an old rescue truck, and a 14-foot boat that we have. I'd like a motion to approve to allow these 2 departments to surplus this property.
So moved.
Motion is made
Second.
and seconded. Any discussion? If not, all in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. Next, you have your ambulance capital outlay note renewal. This is a renewal on one of our ambulances. It's for 4 more years, and this note would be paid off. I'd like a motion to allow us to renew this note.
So moved.
Motion is made. Is there a second?
Who was it?
Donnie, I think, did. Is there a second?
Second.
And seconded. Any discussion? If not, roll call vote.
William Agee, George Sherman,
Yes.
Randall French,
Yeah.
Steve Hall,
Yes.
Ray Elliott,
Yes.
Martha Greenfield,
Yes.
Gerald Kingsland,
Yes.
James Van Fleet,
Yes.
Leslie Lewis,
Yes.
Chris Sell,
Yes.
Joey Brake, James Pizzell,
Yes.
Donnie Lewis,
Yes.
Larry Sykes.
Yes.
Motion passed.
Motion passed. Next, we have our local government emergency management resolution. This is a resolution that we need to pass, and it'll be going to the state or in regards to Mr. Harden. I'd like a motion to approve this resolution.
So moved.
Motion is made. Is there a second?
Second.
And seconded. Any discussion? If not, all in favor? Opposed? Motion does carry. Next, you have your Veteran Service Officer, Mr. James Bridges. I think I passed out a letter to you from the American Legion in regards to that. I'd like a motion to approve Mr. Bridges as our Veteran Service Officer trainee.
I approve.
Motion is made. Is there a second? And seconded. Any discussion? If not, all in favor? Opposed? Motion does carry. Next, we have our county roads. We have a petition for road acceptance, and we have one road for acceptance, and the name of that road is Point of View Road. I'd like a motion
I
to...
move. Accept it.
Motion is made to accept that road. Is there a second?
I'll second.
And seconded. Any discussion?
Yes.
Okay.
I move to amend the motion to requiring a cul-de-sac at the end of the road so that the school bus, if a school bus could ever make it down that road, can turn around, and that the road surface be made so that a school bus can get down that road without difficulty, and it seems right now that it can't do that. And also that this road, if they want to change the classification, and I believe the only classification that it should get is to the last and fourth road spec, and that if they want to change the road spec on that road, it has to pass the highway superintendent, the county attorney, and the full committee. That's it.
Do you get all that, Mr. Brown? Okay. Motion is made. Is there a second?
Gerald
What?
Kingsland, yeah.
And a second. Just any other discussion on this particular motion?
Are we not working under the standards that we have used up to this point?
Right now, we have very vague standards, and the standards up to this point is what Mr. Chairman has proposed is way past those. We've taken in roads that we've not required these things on before.
Could I continue to ask?
Sure.
Did you sign off on this a couple of years ago?
I did.
And did you say then that it was up to standards for our county standards at that time?
We have no standard.
And you still feel that way?
We have no standard.
I would propose, what I'd ask first is that Mr. Chairman would withdraw his motion. And if he's not willing to do that, I'd ask my fellow commissioners to not vote this in, for the simple reason that I don't think it's fair for the group that's working on this and been working on it for 5 or 6 years to be held to new standards that never were enforced before.
Mr. Chairman, are you willing?
This road is approximately 1.5 miles long that they want us to accept. And I think at some point it should be accepted because it's going to add tremendous property values and of course assessments to our county coffers. But the problem in my looking at this is that these developers, and I don't believe they're even registered with the state as developers that I can find out, these developers that are selling these pieces, right now there's 21 pieces, which they have gotten over $100,000 for one single piece, and 21 pieces, they're going to make $2.1 million on this thing, and they expect the county to bring this road up to standard for a school bus at some point in the future when kids are on that road. And according to Jimmy Feltz, it would cost the county for this 1.5 mile road near $200,000. And if at $200,000, we have 8,000 people in this county. If you divide that out, the 8,000 in there, that's a total of almost $22 per person. A family of four's got to cough up $100 just for this road for these people, these property owners that are developing this, to make $2.1 million. And I just don't see that the county should be in the road construction business. We should be in the road maintenance business, which is what we're supposed to be. And I don't mind maintaining the road if they bring it up to a decent standard that a school bus can go on safely and turn around at the end. I have no qualms about anything else other than, you know, I don't think there's a person on here who's been on that road would let their grandchild or their child ride on a school bus that goes on that road. That's it.
Mr. Chairman,
Withdraw my second on this. on this motion.
Mr. Kingsmill, you're withdrawing your second?
Yes, sir.
Then we do,
Mr. Chairman.
wait just a minute. If we don't have a second, then all we got is a motion. So there's not,
I'll withdraw the motion.
motion is withdrawn.
I'll make a recommendation to take the road as a class 4 road.
Motion is made to take the road as a Class 4 road. Is there a second?
Yes.
And seconded. Any
Under the
discussion?
old-
Under the old standard. Under the old standard. Is there any discussion?
Yeah. Under the old standards, the only problem I've got is easements or right-of-way for, if we don't have right-of-way, and that, we discussed this in the meeting, about right-of-way and easements. If we have no standards, really, the county doesn't have the right to get on the road and do any work on it. Or the Marywood Lewis or the water grant down the road or nothing. So I think right-of-way is very important.
Under the old standards, a Class 4, it would have a 20-foot or less than 10-foot right-of-way.
For the total road.
Yes. That's a Class 4. That's a Class 4. That's under the old standards that we
10-foot
use.
right-of-way.
So it would have right-of-way, but it would have a road bed of not less than 8 feet. So you're not taking a huge road in. You'd still have a right-of-way there.
So class 4
Class 4 is the lowest class that you can take.
is not needed right-of-way.
No.
So the right-of-way,
Or
if
easement.
people sign off saying that they want us to take it, they automatically give us the right-of-way for class 4.
Well, that's what it says a Class 4 is. It has right-of-way of not more than 20 feet nor less than 10 and a road bed of 8.
The only thing that I was dealing with, but Jimmy's run into it quite a bit, Jimmy Fells, is and right now we got the best people down there in the world, but 20 years from now we may have somebody move in here from Kalamazoo that's just a total, you know what, and refuse to let anybody go across them on water lines or that way. But you're saying we're covered.
Well, all I'm saying is that's what this classification says. Okay, under the old. Joey,
No, that's not enough. 10 foot is not enough.
20 foot nor less than 10.
5 foot from the center line?
It says 20 feet. It says road with a right-of-way not more than 20 nor less than 10 and a road bed of 8. That's a Class 4.
You know, the school bus is 8 feet wide. I mean, that's ridiculous.
Mr. Brake?
Are you talking about an easement, or are you guys still talking about
No,
an
we
easement?
won't.
We just, okay, not anymore.
Right-of-way.
Okay.
Any other discussion? I think we've talked about this over and over. I don't know how many times. We've met in the committee and this has been discussed. It's not like it's come right up. Any other discussion? You have a motion and a second.
I'd like to amend the motion again.
What?
I would like to, hold it. We haven't passed
Okay.
it. I can still talk.
Well, I'm not, you're amending your motion.
He withdrew his motion.
Okay.
He withdrew his motion.
Who-
The motion.
I don't think you have a motion. I think Mr. King, didn't Mr. Kingsmill?
Mr. Kingsmill.
Mr. Kingsmill, you withdrew your motion. Mr. Kingsmill come up with the motion and someone else seconded it, so you don't have a motion. Any other discussion?
Clarify the motion, though. The motion is. that
Motion is to take the road-
No needed right away.
The motion is to take the road in as a Class 4 road under the old standards that we had, which the old standards is basically what we got from the state years ago. Any other
You're saying
discussion?
there is right-of-way.
I'm saying that this is what the classification Class 4 is. It says road with a right-of-way of not more than 20 feet nor less than 10 and a road bed of at least 8. So it's not much of a road bed.
So the right of way is there, the words.
Well, that's what the
words
wording
needed
for a
don't
Class
have to
4
be-
road is. That's what the wording for a Class 4 road is. Any other discussion? Any other discussion?
I just think that the people that have property down there should take some responsibility for the future generations and the future of the other people that will be living on that road and you know, belly up to the bar, as it's said, to make that road right for a school bus. And it's not going to take them that much money to do it. They just need to do it. If they don't give enough right of way, a school bus is 8 feet plus wide, or 8 feet I think exactly, and you're talking about a minimum they can make is a 10-foot road. If that school bus meets anything on that road, there's no way they can pass. And then how does a school bus turn around when it gets down to the end of that road? I just think the whole thing is just being pushed through by some elites in this county just to serve their own purposes for this developers. End of conversation.
Brandon?
I've stood up here a long time. We're taking this under the old road.
Old rules, which,
This road is a 4 now, and it'll be a 4.
That's what you- that's-
Agreeing to maintain it as a 4, and it'll be a 4 from here on.
that's
No
right.
changes are to be made.
We're not obligated to do it. We're not
No,
obligated
you
to do,
have to. That's common practice.
yeah, we're not obligated to upgrade it at
It's
all.
always been, if it's under the old road.
Well, if I bought a piece of property down there, I'd be really upset, you know, down the road that I couldn't have any improvements in that road. You know, I mean, that's a
Any other
sad
discussion?
situation.
If, any other discussion? If not, we're going to vote on this. Roll call vote.
William Agee, George Jerem,
No.
Randall French,
Yeah.
Steve Hall,
Yes.
Ray Elliott,
Yes.
Martha Greenfield,
No.
Gerald Kingsville,
Yes.
James Van Fleet,
No.
Leslie Lewis,
Yes.
Chris Self,
No.
Joey Brake, James Bazell,
Yes.
Donnie Lewis,
Yes.
Larry Sykes.
Yes.
Motion passed.
Motion passed. Next, you have a copy of your resolution establishing policies for accepting and classification of roads. I'd like a motion. You've got a copy of those classifications and acceptance policies. I'd like a motion to approve it.
I'd like to make a motion. And to further the motion, I want to make sure that the superintendent puts his stamp of approval on accepting the road, and the county attorney puts her stamp of approval on any further roads as far as the right of way.
I think that's in this classification.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, the county
No,
attorney
I don't know. I don't know about the county attorney,
I'd
but
like to add that so she can make sure the right of way is there for any future.
And we're gonna change that from a easement?
well, that's. I talked to Markley's here. Would you tell him we talked about that in regards to it?
We did, and I looked at the code, and that particular chapter, 5410, it doesn't really say anything except for the property owner has to actually dedicate that property to be either the county road or the easement. So as long as there's a dedication of
Right.
record,
That's good, that's fine with me.
so
But I would like the attorney to
And
look
so-
over the new road and make sure that everything is up to snuff, you know, as far as,
I agree.
you know.
That's
You have
it.
a motion on the floor.
His motion, I think, is to accept this
Yes,
with those
yes.
additions. Is that what you're talking about?
Yes, the county attorney to double check before we add any new road.
And are you going to change right away to easement instead of?
If that's what she,
I think it
That's fine
would
with me.
work better for
yeah.
some of our.
It changed to easement,
Okay.
yes.
No second.
Okay. We have that. There is a motion. Now, is there a second to that?
That way we get two professionals stamp of approval before we go further.
The highway superintendent's already in here. The county attorney is not in this particular document. But there's not a problem in doing that at all because there are going to be easements and they need to be looked at.
Right, right.
Most of the time, the county attorney looks at our easements anyway because there's notarized things in
Right.
regards to them. So that's not a problem. Any other discussion?
So what we're saying here is that we're going to accept this as it is with the change of, instead of right-of-way, it will have the proper wording and say easement.
And add the
We'll
attorney?
also ask that the county attorney has viewed this before we take a recommendation or make any judgment.
That's correct, Larry. We have a motion. Do we have a second now? And we do have a second. Any other discussion? If not, roll call vote.
William Major. George Jerem.
No.
Randall French. Steve Hall.
Yes.
Ray Elliott.
Yes.
Martha Greenfield.
Yes.
Darrell Kingsel.
Yes.
James Van Fleet.
Yes.
Leslie Lewis.
Yes.
Chris Self.
Yes.
Joey Bright. James Bazell.
Yes.
Donnie Lewis.
Yes.
Larry Sykes.
Yes.
Motion passed.
Motion passed. Next, you have under number 3 petitions for road acceptance and certification, road closures, and name changes. I'd like a motion to approve these documents in regards to it. Motion is made. Is there a second? And second. Any discussion?
Question.
Yes.
Is there any way we could, I know we talked about this in that meeting, instead of having once a year, we don't have that many roads, but say if somebody presented a road and it wasn't up to our standards, can we say, if you, why do we have to do it in January, can we do it in June?
Well, the law, one of the things in the statute, it talks about you do this in your January meeting. You try to do it in your January meeting. Is that not right, Ms. Gill?
That is.
Yeah.
Tennessee code dictates, Mr. Hall, that you do it once a year at your January meeting, and you're restricted to that meeting, so it is a once a year
Okay,
process.
so that's a statement.
Any other discussion? We have a motion and a second. If not, roll call vote.
William Major. George Jerem.
Yes.
Randall French.
Yes.
Steve Hall.
Yes.
Ray Elliott.
Yes.
Martha Greenfield.
Yes.
Darrell Kingsel.
Yes.
James Van Fleet.
Yes.
Leslie Lewis.
Yes.
Chris Self.
Yes.
Joey Bright. James Bazell.
Yes.
Donnie Lewis.
Yes.
Larry Sykes.
Yes.
Motion passed. Next, you have your county road list. You have a copy of the road list from your highway superintendent. I'd like a motion to approve the county road list for this year.
So moved.
Motion is made. Is there a second? Motion is made and seconded. Any discussion?
Can we get the road superintendent to put a classification on each one of those roads so in the future we know where we stand?
I think he probably has that, because I think if you'll read some of the statutes, it talks about that he should, it's possible. Is it in the thing? He's got it over there, the third column.
Okay.
Okay.
Actually, I don't have it put on
Yeah, but I'm just saying it's part, it's there. Any other discussion? If not, all in favor? Opposed? Motion does carry. Next, you have your budget amendments and transfers. Under the general fund, you have the $2,400. This is data processing supplies. This has to do with the grant at the library. If you like, we'll do all of these according to fund. Next, you have a budget amendment, archives grants for $4,000. This is a grant that we talked about a little earlier. Then the other one, we have public safety. This is the fire department where they get money in, and we want to build a shelter out at the Proctor Station. And then the next one is on your ambulance, and it has to do with maintenance for vehicle maintenance. I'd like them.
So moved.
Wait a minute, let's, yes.
Where's the general fund?
We have the other one from the Sheriff's Department, $5,250 for the motor that he got back from Chrysler, and it's under the general fund, and that's all under the general fund. I'd like a motion to approve all of these from the general fund.
So moved.
Motion is made. Is there a second?
Second.
And second. Any discussion? If not, roll call vote on these.
William Major. George Jerem.
Yes.
Randall French. Steve Hall.
Yes.
Ray Elliott.
Yes.
Martha Greenfield.
Yes.
Darrell Kingsel.
Yes.
James Van Fleet.
Yes.
Leslie Lewis.
Yes.
Chris Self.
Yes.
Joey Bright. James Bazell.
Yes.
Donnie Lewis.
Yes.
Larry Sykes.
Yes.
Motion passed.
Motion passed. Next, you have a budget amendment in regards to the $500,000 grant for a water project, and it's under 153. I'd like a motion to approve that one. Motion is made. Is there a second? And seconded. Any discussion? If not, roll call vote.
William Major. George Jerem.
Yes.
Randall French. Steve Hall.
Yes.
Ray Elliott.
Yes.
Martha Greenfield.
Yes.
Darrell Kingsel.
Yes.
James Van Fleet.
Yes.
Leslie Lewis.
Yes.
Chris Self. Joey Bright.
Yes.
James Bazell.
Yes.
Donnie Lewis.
Yes.
Larry Sykes.
Yes.
Motion passed. Next, we have under our highway department, you have under 131, budget amendment of revenues, disaster relief putting into pipe. I'd like a motion to approve the budget amendment there.
Make a motion to approve.
Motion is made. Is there a second? And seconded. Any discussion? If not, roll call vote.
William Macy, George Aaron,
Yes.
Randall French,
Yeah.
Steve Hall,
Yes.
Ray Elliott,
Yes.
Martha Greenfield,
Yes.
Darrell Kingsville,
Yes.
James Van Fleet,
Yes.
Leslie Lewis,
Yes.
Chris Self, Joey Bright, James Purcell,
Yes.
Donnie Lewis,
Yes.
I'm sorry, Donnie,
Yes.
and Larry Sykes.
Yes.
Motion passed. Next, we have one under the drug fund, and this is that, I think we talked about this payoff on the drug car of $600, and we've got to set, another line item under the drug fund for that. I'd like a motion to approve the,
So moved.
the motion is made. Is there a second? And second, any discussion? Not roll call vote. Oh, Ray?
Sheriff, what happened, don't bring $600?
Well,
Did it go or not?
just whatever we don't collect, then we'll have to pay, but I feel sure that it'll bring much more than that.
If it doesn't, can you just give it back to whoever holds the lien on it?
We can put a reserve on the vehicle when we do sell it on surplus, and if it doesn't bring that
Then you won't
amount,
be-
then.
Then you won't be out any money at all.
Yes.
Okay.
Any other discussion? If not, roll call vote.
William Macy, George Aaron,
Yes.
Randall French,
Yeah.
Steve Hall,
Yes.
Ray Elliott,
Yes.
Martha Greenfield,
Yes.
Darrell Kingsville,
Yes.
James Van Fleet,
Yes.
Leslie Lewis,
Yes.
Chris Self,
Yes.
Joey Bright, James Purcell,
Yes.
Donnie Lewis,
Yes.
Larry Sykes.
Yes.
Motion passed. Next, you have your quarterly reports from your trustee, your highway department, and your schools. I'd like a motion to approve the quarterly reports.
So moved.
Motion is made. Is there a second?
Second.
And second. Any discussion? If not, all in favor? Opposed? Motion does carry. Before you adjourn, gentlemen, I would ask that we, at our next meeting, instead of it being the third Monday, it be the fourth Monday. I have a trip planned to go to Washington, and I really need, if any way possible, to extend it, and let's meet in March the 26th. Is that a problem with y'all? If not, I'd like a motion from someone. Motion is made that we'll meet on the 26th and second. Any discussion? And second. Any discussion? If not, all in favor? Opposed? Motion does carry.
That's March, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna get a lot of training up there.
Not February, March.
Yeah, March 26th, yes. March 26th. Motion to adjourn. Motion's made, seconded. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, it's WCBN. We're closing out here at the general meeting of Houston County Court. Quite lively, a lot of business taken care of tonight. And you'll see the response made is hard work. Tennessee Railroad, signature right there. Houston County Bloodline, Traditions First Bank, and all City Cooling Goods all installers here in Houston County. We'll see you down the road. Bye-bye.